What if the deepest wisdom you've been seeking is already within you, not buried in books, not spoken by gurus, but pulsing quietly, in your skin, whispering beneath the rhythms of your breath, waiting, patiently, in the soft, sacred folds of your body? This is not about fixing your life. This is about listening, remembering, returning. Intentional living is not a strategy. It is a sacred practice of listening inward. Come, let us return to the most ancient oracle we have ever known, the one we carry with us, the one that has never left. Your body. Come, let us enter. Come, let us enter the temple, not one of stone and stained glass, but the living, breathing temple of your being. Your ribs the pillars, your lungs the incense, your skin the veil between worlds. You do not need credentials to enter. You do not need to deserve this space. You were born inside it. And yet, many of us have wandered far. We've learned to distrust the very place we call home, to silence it, to push through, to apologize for it. But the body is not your enemy. It is your oracle. It speaks in sensation, in stillness, in subtle stirrings. Let us return gently. Let us begin again, tenderly. Let us come home. Place one hand over your belly, the other over your heart. Close your eyes if you like. Do not seek anything. Just notice. Notice the quiet rise and fall beneath your palm. This is breath, your first language. Before you ever spoke words, your body spoke this. It still does. Now bring awareness to your spine. Feel the quiet strength it offers without boasting. Or your feet, how they carry you through every story, every sorrow, every dream. This is the realm of interoception, the ability to feel your inner world. It is the foundation of self-trust. We often ask, what should I do? What's the right path? But how often do we ask, how does it feel in my body? This is the art of intentional living, not racing forward to find answers, but pausing and listening. Embodiment is not yoga poses on a mountaintop. It is not elegant posture or perfect stillness. It is not how you look in your body, but how you live in it. It is waking up in the morning and asking, what is alive in me today? It is noticing your clenched jaw in a meeting and choosing to soften. It is honoring the tightness in your gut as sacred data, not a nuisance. It is hearing the tremble in your voice and letting it mean something. Your body is not a machine. It is a guide, a companion, a sacred garment of experience. And like any sacred thing, it asks not to be perfected, only to be honored. There is a wisdom older than thought, deeper than logic, more honest than language. It lives in your tissues. It speaks in pulses, heat, stillness, expansion, contraction. This is somatic wisdom. The knowing that arises not from the mind, but from the body itself. When faced with a decision, your mind may spin, but your body already knows. Your shoulders tighten, your stomach flutters, your breath holds or softens. These are not random. They are messages, oracles. And when you practice intentional living, you begin to consult your body as you would a trusted elder. What does yes feel like in me? What does no feel like in me? Where am I pushing? Where am I flowing? Is this path nourishing mind or depleting? Your body answers. The question is, will you listen? Many of us did not grow up in homes where the body was seen as sacred. We were taught to overachieve, override, and overfunction, to dissociate from pain, to power through fatigue, to mistrust hunger, to apologize for softness. And so we developed a quiet war within. But intentional living is about unlearning the war, laying down the weapons, dismantling the armor, and saying to the body, I'm sorry I left. I'm here now. This doesn't mean the pain disappears, but we no longer suffer alone. We return to a deeper truth. My body is not in the way. My body is the way. Trust is built not through grand gestures, but through small, consistent acts of reverence. Drinking water when you're thirsty, resting when you're tired, saying no when every cell contracts, saying yes when your chest expands with quiet joy. These are not luxuries, they are the bricks of embodiment. Over time, as you keep showing up, the body begins to whisper back, I trust you now. I believe you'll listen. I can soften. Body trust is not a goal, it is a relationship. And like any sacred relationship, it is built slowly, through presence. In a world that profits from your disconnection, to live in your body is an act of rebellion. To choose slow over speed, depth over distraction, intimacy over image. To refuse to perform, to stop outsourcing truth. To say, I will not abandon myself today. This is intentional living, not passive, not decorative, but active, fierce, sacred. Every time you return to the wisdom within, you reclaim sovereignty. And in doing so, you give others permission to do the same. Let's return now. Not to thought, but to sensation. What do you feel right now? A warmth in the chest? A tightness in the neck? An aliveness in the fingers? A hollowness in the gut? Name it. Not to fix it, but to honor it. Sensation is how the sacred speaks. It does not need to be transcended. It is the transcendence. When you treat sensation as sacred, you no longer need to escape your life. You begin to live it, fully, intentionally, reverently. Your emotions are not in the way. They are guides. Grief is not a problem. It is proof you loved. Anger is not a failure. It is a signal of violated values. Fear is not weakness. It is the protector's cry for care. Each emotion arises first in the body. A flush, a flutter, a heat, a tremble. If we bypass the body, we bypass the message. Intentional living is the willingness to sit with these visitors, not to evict them, but to learn what they came to teach. We were not born into instruments to be controlled. We were born into temples to be inhabited. The body is not a utility. It is a mystical architecture. Your hands have held the world. Your spine has carried every season. Your womb, your chest, your lungs. Each one is a chamber of memory and mystery. When we treat the body as sacred, we stop trying to extract productivity. We start offering presence, and in that offering, we discover something ancient. This body is not just mine. It is holy ground. Let us offer a blessing, not just to the mind, but to the oracle of the body. May you feel safe in your own skin, not just safe from harm, but safe to feel, safe to know, safe to live. May your breath be slow and steady, your movements intentional, your rest unapologetic. May you listen when your body whispers, and stay when it trembles. May you remember that the sacred is not above you, it is within you, always. So be it. You are not disconnected. You are not broken. You are not late to the path. You are returning. You are remembering. You are listening again. This is the art of intentional living, not rushing towards some ideal, but choosing to live from the sacred within. Every moment you pause to listen, every time you turn inward with reverence, you reweave the fabric of trust. You come home. Today, take one breath, not to calm yourself, but to honor your body. Place a hand on your chest. Ask your oracle, what do you need? Then wait. No pressure, no timeline, just attention. Make this your daily ritual. One question, one moment of listening. And if you feel moved, share this practice with someone else who may be lost in their own forgetting. Because the way home is not paved in ideas, it is paved in presence, and the oracle lives inside you, still whispering, welcome back.